Have you felt the shift? There is one. It didn't happen overnight. It's been evolving into something huge. Now we're going into 2022 as of this video, the year of action. I want to explain to you why it's the year of action. And if you participate in that, everything can change for you, our planet. You will experience that reality. Nothing else supersedes that. I'm going to explain why. This is quantum physics, not some woo-woo stuff. We're done with woo-woo. All things are possible. You ready to go into that amazing new world? It's here. This is an important message, and it's meant for you. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears, live an amazing life. I'm having my coffee. Oh, look, got lipstick all over there. Who cares? All right. I started my day on the beach this morning and just took everything in, watched some dolphins, and I realized it's time to share this message with you. Now, we've known this, and you've watched my videos, possibly watched my videos in the past. Watch every one you can to give yourself that boost to get into a space of knowing that we're all going to be okay. We've always been okay. We will be okay. We're okay right now. Why do I say that? You are the essence of the one source. It creates everything. You're a creator. It's time for us to become empowered. Now, if you're in my free video series, Manifest Anything, I take you on the first step of tapping into the power. We're starting to understand that we actually are creating everything, every thought. Now, my Miracle Circle group, if you're not in that, come on over. We are creating miracles. With our focus in a group, we can actually create things to happen. Now, what we require, and this is what's so important for you to know, is free will is involved in all of this. So I can't heal somebody, just like Christ couldn't heal everybody, and he had the most amazing powers of all, right? And yet that was not always possible. Why? Because some people required that experience to know suffering, to know illness, and maybe other people benefited from that illness. They became caretakers and got to experience what it's like to put somebody else first. That's all that's going on here. So let's get out of the poor me mentality. That's an easy one to get into because things are changing. Isn't bad. It's never bad. It's always an opportunity and a learning experience. Now, what's going to happen? We're going into what I call the year of action. And why did I name that? I named it very early on. I usually wait till the end of the year. I started naming action way before because I knew that this year, 2021, is the year of expansion. We were going into spaces that no man has ever gone into, or woman. What is that? We were realizing that quantum physics is a real thing, and that science is confirming all of this, that your thought actually creates and changes. It changes what happens. It changes results, and it affects and works with everything else, plants, everything. Your thought is creating and it affects everything around you, and it is subtle, all right? So every thought counts. And so the year of expansion was understanding that I'm not just on for the ride and the world is happening to me. I'm happening in the world. I'm creating the world. And as a combined collective on the planet, this is a program. We get to play it out. It could be absolutely amazing. This could be heaven on earth. We can change all that, and we can do it now. We can do it now. So where's your focus? This message today is so important because you can't go into action if your action is separation, blame, and judgment. Action's creating the new. It's creating the new ideas, the new expressions. Now, somebody said, my son can't go to the gym. He's really depressed. And I said, I haven't been able to go to the gym for 3 years. All right, so where's the opportunities here? Let's change our thinking and say, okay, instead of poor little me, it's all about me. I can't go to the gym, all right? And I'm not making fun because we all go to that space, right? I want you to know that you can take that and say, what can I do? I started running again. I go for super long walks. I got a rowing machine right here in my house, which I do live with coaches all over the world. It's an amazing experience. I would have never done that if I was able to go to the gym. The same old, same old. We're getting out of the same old. And so action means what? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to change your current situation? If you're unhappy about our global problem, I'm going to tell you something right now. It's not going to last forever. This is not going away. It's just not going to be at the magnitude it is now. And all the ways that it's being handled is going to change. This is your test. It's not, but this is happening. No, that's your test. How are you going to behave during this? All right, make your choices. And I know it's difficult because some of us are going to have to make some big changes. These changes will be amazing. Now the question is, are you going to be a victim again? Or are you going to take action and say, this is my choice, and I'm going to make choices for my own freedom. So that means if you're going to impose certain things on me, then I'm going to make a choice over here, which is what I did. I made choices to put myself in a position where I can function in the most amazing way. And so writing and, like I said, doing things on my own, having friends that are very spiritual, extremely, and you're going to notice that you're going to shift into these spaces. Now, a lot of you are probably noticing right now, all of a sudden, highly spiritual people are coming in your life, and others will experience a lot of negativity. You got to ask yourself where your frequency is. You've got to take action on this, because if your frequency is drawing those people in, and you're allowing them to stay in your life, right? There's all these people. No, you are creating a victim mentality, allowing it in, and allowing to be an enabler of that. You got to get this stuff in check and say, what am I doing? It's not about them. What am I doing? How do I think of this? And how do I take the action, become a person that now operates completely different? You may have to make some big changes, and they're all going to be really great. As long as you go into clean, healthy, respectful living, respect for all living things. All living things. You know what? If you see an ant on the ground, I want you to step over it. If we live in that world, can you imagine how amazing that would be? If you treated one another. If you saw my video, I did a production where I helped you to see that every person on this planet is God's creation, the source, all of us, in whatever form it is. And all of it is our test to say, can you love that? Now, maybe you don't want to go hug them, and they may be the biggest evil person, and that's naming somebody too. And let's not do to others what we don't want done to us. We have to completely operate in a way of a world that we want to live in. That means what I place out there, I'm creating. This is your message today. We're going into action now. So what's action? All right, here's a situation. Maybe you don't like it. How do I change that? Not just for me, but how do I become a greater, more expansive person? Because I know I hold that power. Maybe I'll write that book. Maybe I'll go volunteer for really great causes. Maybe I'll go on the beach and pick up the garbage, which I do now. And so I realized I can't look to other people to do it for me. Are they going to save us? Why would somebody save us? The whole point of us being here is for us to take the action to make it happen. And then those that have super high frequencies that may be in positions of power, some aren't. Power is that high frequency of knowing that you can create anything. They will step in. But right now, as long as we act like victims and we keep waiting for somebody else to do it, we are powerless because we have created that. What you believe and think, you create. If you believe you're powerless and somebody else is, going to take over and do, then you create that reality. This is how important this is, action. Is I no longer am creating that world. I'm creating the world where I'm powerful in the most positive way. I will not accept negativity anymore. I'm going to say, bless you, I don't receive your gift, right? Ask and it is given. I always say, give and you receive. I don't ask and it is given. That's about me. I ask, I want, give it to me. No, how about give? Give. Whatever you give, you create, and you're receiving it at that split second. If I'm giving love, no matter what that person's saying to me, I'm going to look past it. Breakthrough fear. You guys, the students, my breakthrough fear students, they understand how to deal with that. Wow, there's a lot of hurt there. There's hurt and anger. And this person is feeling frustrated because they don't understand their own power. They don't believe that they are the ultimate beautiful light of which everyone comes from. And that this is just a facade. They are not these bodies. This is a part of our expression. Everything's connected, including your body. It's only temporary. And who you are here is going to determine everything that happens in your life from this moment forward. This is so important because you can do anything. You can create anything. And all of us have different gifts purposefully. Diversity is the one understanding all the many things it can be. Let's explore it all, but let's not criticize it. Let's welcome it. Let me understand you. Let me understand how you believe and think. Let's share. What are the things that you do? And I can do this, because then we become a community and all of a sudden we're giving, and we're receiving, and there's abundance, and we're solving problems, and we're taking action. If you think this is way too positive, then you don't understand your power. You don't understand that these things you shall do and more. It's just as easy to create a castle as a button. These are statements in the Bible. These things you shall do and more. So Christ said, and believe me, I'm not here to talk religion, but there are real prophets that walked this planet, and some are still here, that are showing us, look what I can do because I'm the same power that you are. I'm showing that you can do it. We are taking action. We're going to do it, and we're not going to abuse that power. We're not going to do things to get our own way. Let's think higher, because eventually at some point, you're going to get the phone call, hey, the gym's open, come on over. Right? And, maybe you did win the lottery, all right? But that's not going to be your focus anymore. It's going to be so much bigger, so much bigger. Let's think big. Let's live on a planet of peace and be the catalyst for that amazing change, because that's why you came here. You are not a victim. You are super powerful. Somebody said, yeah, but we didn't have, Landria, you have this and that. And I said, who do you think created that? I used to eat macaroni and cheese every day and put myself through school. It wasn't easy. Don't think you know somebody else's situation, and that person who may be acting horribly is coming from a place of deep pain. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what they're feeling. And most of the people that are hurt the most are the ones that strike out. They're in fear. They are afraid they won't have enough. They're afraid that their ego won't get elevated, or that they won't be the one. And so we see that in them. That's not something to be judged or hated. That's something that we observe as creators to say, they went into that very dark place where they believe that's all there is. And they don't believe that they have much greater powers. Because once you lose the material items or the power, what do you have left? Well, you know what we have left. Your amazing connection to the one consciousness that can part waters, that can stop hurricanes, that can bring water in, that can do anything, that can heal. And when we work together to make that happen and we say yes, it happens. So come on over to the Miracle Circle. You guys, we just had a miracle. And you could say, oh, that's all coincidence. There are no coincidences. So when we come together and it rains because there's a drought somewhere, or the hurricane goes around, somebody said, I'm in Hurricane Central. I said, I'll live my life and take my chances. I'm going at some point. I'm going off to another form. What's the big deal? I'd rather live my life amazing and going for it and say, you know what? If a hurricane comes, I'm going to get foresight anyways. I get my car and I go someplace. I have some friends, up north. Is that really? You're going to live your life in fear of what might happen instead of creating what will happen? Year of action, let's do it. I'm going to now talk more and more about this. Now my Activate Your Magic is coming out. That is an advanced course. If you haven't taken Total Clarity or Breakthrough Fear, you might want to take those when Activate Your Magic comes out. The entire course is how to use your powers. And so if you haven't cleared up fears or barriers, judgment, or you don't believe you're powerful, you got to get that in check first. So Manifest Anything takes you through that. It's pretty extensive. And so I take you on a journey of you can't just say, I want that. Why isn't it happening? Why am I not getting it from something out there? You got to know you are the something out there. And so I take you on a journey so you really get a handle on this. And you have to practice. You have to commit to be that person. So we're going to commit. The action is, I'm not the person who's poor little me and I don't have advantages and somebody has this or that. No, we're going to commit to knowing I am that. How does that person behave? How do they think? What do they envision? What are the actions they take? That's going to be me, and it's going to be different than how I've been behaving, because I don't want to be that person anymore who feels like the world's happening to them. I desire to be this person who's taking action because I can do anything. Anything. As this character that I was assigned to, agreed to play. Let's not forget that. And so it's beautiful. Appreciate that. Love that. Love what you chose. Love the parents you chose. Love the friends and the situations you chose. Love it. You agreed to it. Play it out beautifully, my friend. We're taking action. All right, another thing. And I have another company coming out next year that is spiritually conscious businesses to create. And that's going to be coming out soon. This is very amazing mentorship and training on creating online businesses. If you want to take charge of your life and quit worrying about what other people tell you what you should and shouldn't do to have a job, create your own. You can do it. You make a lot more money. Instead of having somebody pay you, you're making all the money, and then you can do what you want with that money and hire people and do cool things. There's so much waiting for you. It's so mind-blowing. Get off of the limitations. There aren't any. They're just opportunities. You learn that and manifest anything if you go through. And if you guys want free video series, check this out and see if this is for you. Just explore. Quit worrying about the hurricanes. They'll never come. And if they do, maybe it's time to move again. Who knows? Celebrate your beautiful life. Celebrate how amazing you are. You're beautiful, beautiful. The Creator doesn't see you as anything less than perfect. Recognize that and know that that creation is in you and everything else. And when you start working with it, it will say yes. Give, and that which you give, you receive. Let's go in a year of action. Keep watching my videos, my friend, because I will empower you. I will never stop until I take my last breath here. And then I'll be even more powerful on the other side, so get ready. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Please subscribe and please share these videos anywhere you'd like, because I want people to know that we're going into an amazing new era, a new earth. It's beautiful. It's here if you choose it. Namaste.